Good morning and welcome to the casino at Dania Beach. Today we welcome you to 9 games of the world's fastest ball game. We do have a couple of scratches to tell you about in today's program. Beginning in Game 2, Post 1, Celaya will be out, Tombor will be playing. Again, Celaya is out for all of its scheduled appearances. In Game 3, once again, Celaya out of Post 6. He is scratched. Garcia will play. Now in Game 4, our other scratch, Oyenard. Oyenard out from all scheduled appearances today. Starting in Game 4, in Post 4, Oyenard is out. Gorka will play. Post 4, Game 4. Game 5, again Post 4, this time Celaya is out, Chanika will play. Game 6, 2 changes to make there. Oyenard is out, Laborde is in. In Post 7, Celaya is out, Aron playing in Post 7 in Game 6. 7th game, 1 change, Oyenard out, Atine in. Again, Post 7, Game 7, Oyenard out, Atine in. Game 8, 2 changes. Oyenard out of Post 6, Oyerdi will play, and Celaya is out from Post 7, and Oleron will play. In our final game of the day, Oyenard will be out from Post 8, and Libois will take his place in Post 8. Those are the changes for this afternoon. I also wanted to let you know that we have hoodies and t-shirts for sale at the Champions Corner right near the back wall of the court. I cannot think of a better gift for a Highlight fan. I looked at them the other day. They are really cool. I'm actually going to get one for myself. So get yourself for someone you love, a Highlight hoodie or t-shirt at Champions Corner right near the back wall of the court. And this broadcast is brought to you by Better Care of Broward Medical Center. They speak English, Spanish, French, and they accept all insurance and welcome walk-ins. Visit their primary and family practice at 599 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Better Care of Broward, your local choice for all your medical needs. Today's uniforms are proudly sponsored by IGT and Avori, together built to win. Our Champions Corner sponsor is, you guessed it, Dolphin Jewelers. The holidays are here. Treat yourself or someone special with jewelry from Dolphin Jewelers, right down the street at 52 North Federal Highway, Dania Beach. They buy, sell, repair, and trade all types of jewelry. Mention Highlight for an extra special discount at Dolphin Jewelers. Our media coverage is powered by TPI, driven to connect. And for all our Connecticut fans, place your Highlight wagers at mywinners.com, the number one betting outlet in the state of Connecticut, mywinners.com, where Connecticut bets on Highlight. I would also like to welcome everyone joining us today on YouTube. We're going to have a great performance. We have a group of great young players playing some amazing Highlight. I hope you all enjoy it. I'm looking forward to this matinee performance, and the first game is only 11 minutes away. Last call for betting game one. As we begin today's performance, we ask that you all please rise for our national anthem. It's game one, single spectacular, 7 scoring. All points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red of post 1, Benel. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Chanika. There's a serve. The game is on. Two gets on the board first and serves to the white of post 3, a time. Winning rebote, point 2. Green and post 4, Vicente. Winner for the 4. Argoitia on the court now in the black of post 5. Another point for the 4. Javier now in the yellow at post 6. Popped out. Rebote save is made, and it'll score, point 4. Brown at post 7, Oleron. Check, point 4. We complete the first round of play with Oyerdi in post 8. Point 8. All points will double now as Donnell returns in post 1. Two points for the 1. Back in post 3, a tie. Off the court, point 1. 4 points for Donnell in post 1, serving to Chanika in post 2. Sails out, 2 more for the 1. Possible game point for post 1, Donnell. Receiving in post 5, Aragoitia. Chula, point 5. Back in post 6, Javier. Swept into play. Javier moves in, throws for Chick Check, but it comes out. Save is made. Tries 2 walls, and it works. Point 6. Post 7, Oleron. Point 7. Vicente is back in post 4. Two more for the 7. Weirdy returns in post 8. Catch is made by Oleron. Down the wall for a winner. Point 8. A time back in post 3. Winning Rabote, point 8. Oyerde now is with possible game point in post 8, serving to post 2, Chanika. Point 2. Returning in post 1 with 6 points and possible game point is Donnell. Possible game point for the 1. Double point in game for post 1. Eight is second. Three-way playoff for show. 4 serves to 7. 2 is on deck. Point 7. 7 with possible show point, serving to the 2. Point and show the 7. Your game 1 winner, Donnell in post 1. Second place to the 8, Oyerde. Oleron was third in post 7. The $2 Quinella 1-8, $80.20. The $2 Exacta 1-8, $178.40. Trifecta 187, $2,447.40. A reminder, if you made a show bet on this game, you get your money back. All the show tickets are a refund for this game. No winning ticket was sold for show, so anyone who placed a show bet on this game will get their money back. Hold on to those tickets, take a good look. In the meantime, we got game 2 on deck. Reminder of one change to make, it's in post 1. Solaya is out, Tombor will be playing. Again, a reminder, we had a refund on show for game 1. If you have a show ticket, go get your money back. Last call for game 2. Change in post 1. Celaya out, Tombor in. Game 2 singles, spectacular 7 scoring, all points doubling after round 1. Serving in the red of post 1, Tombor substituting for Celaya. Gorka receives in the blue of post 2. Serve is up, and it's on. Two-all rebote, that's gonna score, point 1. Right at post 3, Johan. Point 3. Green at post 4, Uruchua. Tejada scores another point for the 3. Black at post 5, Labordi. Two-all rebote scores for the 3. Eki in the yellow at post 6. Swept into play. Johan moves in. Throws for Chick Check. Pops out. Sweeping save attempt, no good, point 3. Brown of post 7, Aron. Down the wall for a winner, point 3. Completing round 1 with the purple of post 8, Libois. Tejada. Doesn't get there, point 3. Six points and possible game point for Johan as we begin the double point round. Gorka returns in post 2. Straight points, point in game to post 3. 1 is second. Now we will have a 6-way playoff for show. Players will pair off and the winners will meet. That's too high, 5 gets that point. Now we have 6 serving 7. Big rebote, comes out. No return, 6 with the point. 8 now serves 2. Point 8. Five serving 6, 8 is on deck. 2-all is off the court. 6 gets that point. Possible show point for Eki in post 6, serving to post 8. Point and show the 6. Winning game 2 in post 3, Johan. Placed to the 1, Tambor. The show went to post 6, Eki. $2 Quinella returning 1780, 3-1 exacta 3560. The trifecta 316 good for 157.20. Your early daily double 1 and 3 $72. Game 3 is next. It's our first superfecta game, a 9-point game. The change in game 3 is in post 6. Zelaya is out, Garcia will play.
Hey YouTubers, good afternoon. Guess who's back? Yeah, I know you guys can't avoid me. You could try, but you can't avoid me. I'm up here in the announcer's booth, and you know, it's Sunday afternoon. Things are a little slow, or slower than at least the first weekend. So I figured I'd come up and say hello and you know, answer some of the silly questions that are in the YouTube chat, which is always fun. Haven't really had a chance to participate in the chat lately, other than you know, trying to help everybody out with the scratches and the crossover with the scratches and all that. But little by little, we're getting things together here, and I'm sitting in here and I'm talking with. I'm going to introduce in a second our new announcer. And I see some concern, like, where's Dave? Bring him back. Don't worry, he didn't quit. He didn't leave us. He's, you know, he's just as much a part of this as any of us. So he'll be back on Tuesday. So don't cry in your beers this afternoon. And Dave, oddly enough, I mean, listen to the irony in this. I have Dave Lamont, I have Dave Lemon, and now I have Dave Litvin. Okay, so if I scream out Dave L, 3 guys come running in my direction. But I'm going to give Dave a couple of seconds here. He's putting in the results, and then I'm going to do a little Q&A with him so he could introduce himself to you guys. He's been in this building for many years. As a matter of fact, he was highly recommended by our good friend Dave Lamont that worked with him here at Dania for many years. I don't know, back what, like 200 years ago or something like that? Yeah, but roughly 200 years ago, him and Dave worked together here in this building. So I'm looking through the chat here, and, you know, it's a little activity. There's 122 people. When I came up, there was 140, so maybe when I came in, people just ran. But, yeah, it's first wanted to address that. Dave is still a part of the organization, so don't worry about that. The other thing is somebody's asking about the stripe, red stripe beer on Johan and Gorka's pants. But no, these guys, a lot of them are lucky enough to come here with some sponsorships, and the stripe and whatever lettering you see on Johan and Gorka's pants, that's from their sponsor. And a couple of guys are mentioning Campandeghi. Yeah, Campandeghi, I mentioned it before the season. He had some final exams he had to take care of, so he was able to finish all that up. And yeah, so he's here. He's getting used to the court. He's getting acclimated, and he'll soon be, I think, one of the strongest backcourters on the roster. So, Dave.
Yes, sir.
Say hello to the fans out there in YouTube land.
Hello, YouTube land.
So Dave, why don't you tell us a little bit about your history here with not only with Dania Highlight, but the sport itself?
Well, I've been around highlights since I was 15 years old, which is, I'm not going to go into it, but that's quite a while ago. I learned how to play, and it just grabbed me and never let go. I mean, I love the game as much today as I did then. I just wanted to learn to play, and I just wanted to be involved in it in whatever way I could. And the first way that was is in Dania Highlight, we used to have these giant lucite things that had the players' names on them, and I would have to climb up above the court to put them in, stand up on a ladder 60 feet above the court, changing those with just a thin little mesh between me and crashing onto the court, which I always thought might be
Well, if that doesn't prove how much you love the game, nothing will. I mean, that alone.
And then I announced, and then I did some playing, which I got pretty good enough to play in the amateur championships down here, in the amateur the Campeonato Mundial, which is a pretty big tournament in Cuba.
You told me that. You played against Matinee.
I played against Matinee, and I scored 14 points out of 40, which was just a miracle. Probably the best I ever played. But he is, this is the father of the Matinee playing here now. Definitely the best backcourter I've ever seen in my life. I mean, nothing ever comes close to it. He was like a machine, the perfect player in every regard.
So tell us a little bit about your relationship with Dave Lamont, because I'm telling you, you were very highly recommended.
Dave was my roommate for about 5 years back in the 80s when he was on WQAM, and he was the perfect roommate. We never saw each other because I was working here, getting home, God knows what hour, and he was going on the air at 4 a.m., so we would see each other for a few minutes here and there. We were roommates for a long time. We worked here. I was his backup announcer even then. Some things haven't changed in 35 years. Back then when we had 13, 14 games, he'd do, 8 or 9 of them, and I'd do 4 or 5 of them. And the stats that you guys all get, not as easy then as it is now.
Right.
Now
right.
It's basically you hit a couple buttons and it's in. Back then we'd have a couple hours
an old
work
DOS,
after
an
the
old
shift.
DOS system we had back then.
And the dial-up connection and all of that.
Yeah.
But no, Dave and I guess it's going on 40 years.
Awesome.
Something
That's
like
awesome.
that.
Well, what do you say we get this game started? We'll pick it up. It's Sunday. It's kind of slow. I'm bouncing back and forth, so I'll come back up in a game or two, and we'll pick it up there.
But it's been a great weekend. I'm shocked at how many people were here. This was, there was actual excitement, and the players are playing great. Don't worry about this Campandeghi. I can see that he's got the bones. He's going to be good.
Yeah.
But he got thrown out there raw. He's going to be fine. And look in your program. This kid is literally 20. Do you remember when you were 20?
I do. I was just a bit stronger than him.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, guys, enjoy the show. We'll be back later on. Let's get game 3 started.
Game 3, double spectacular 9 scoring. All points doubling after round 1. Serving in the red of post 1, Vicente and Gorka. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Libois and Argoitia. There's a serve. Game 3 is on. Drops it in for a winner, point 2. White at post 3, Oleron and Oyerde. Two all, caught on the wood and the return. Good for a winner, point 3. Now the green of post 4, Javier and a time. Picata winner, point 3. Black of post 5, Aron and Eki. Cortana too low, point 3. Yellow at post 6, Garcia substituting for Salaya and Laborde. 6. Round of post 7, Johan Anduruchua. He juggled it. 7 will take that point. Completing round 1 with Shanika and Donnell in post 8. Eight gets on the board. We begin the double point round now with post 1, Vicente and Gorka. Two more for the 8. Back in post 2, Libois and Argoitia. Point 2. Post 4, Javier and Gatine. He's there in time but can't make the play. Point 4. The 5, Aron and Eki. Point 5. Oleron and Oyerde return in post 3. Point 3. 5 points now for the 3, serving to post 6, Garcia and Laborde. Clean 2-all winner for the 6. Now the 7, Johan Andaruchua. Catch is made on the outside. Returns a winner, point 6. Back in post 1, Vicente and Gorka. Inside placement. He's there in time and flips it back into play. Strong reverse. No save this time. Point 1. The 8 is back. Chanika and Donnell. Point 8. Here's the 2, Libois and Argoitia. Service winner, point 8. The 8 now with 7 points and possible game point, serving to the 4, Javier and a time. Inside. Can't hang on, point 4. Post 5, Baron and Eki. Catch is made. Big bounce, point 4. 4 with 6 points, serving to the 3. Oleron and Doyerty with 5 points. Chick and check, point 4. Possible game point for the 4, Javier and a time, serving to the 7, Johan and Uruchua. Cortada winner, point 7. The 6, Garcia and Laborde. Off the court, 2 more for the 6. 6 now with possible game point. Serving to the 1, Vicente and Gorka. Too high and out of play on the side wall. Point and game for post 6. 4 is second, 8 is third, 3 is fourth. Winning game 3 from post 6, Garcia and Laborde. 4 is second, Javier and Atine. 8 is third, Chanika and Danel. 3 was fourth, Oleron and Oyerdi. $2 Quinella 4-6, 55.60. $2 Exacta 6-4, 145.20. 6-4-8, $2 Trifecta 1,192.60. Superfecta for $1, 3,000, 822.70. Again, for $1, 6-4-8-3 Super, 3,000, 822.70. 382.27 for a dime. We remind you, also in this game, no show winners, so we're refunding all the show money. If you have a show bet on game number 3, you will get a refund. Do not throw those show tickets away. Refund on all show betting for game 3. Upcoming, you guessed it, game 4. Spectacular 7 scoring in game 4. It's also doubles. Change to make, post 4. Leonard is out, Gorka will play. Post 4, game 4. Game 4, double spectacular 7, scoring all points double after round 1. Serving in the red of post 1, Oleron and Oyerdi. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Tambor and Kanpandegi. Serve, and game 4 begins. Point 1, white at post 3, Ametz and Eki. He got it back into play. Sidearm smash to the backcourt. Picked up. Great catch in the corner. Big throw. Kept alive. Cortada. Caught. Scoop. 2-wall on the wood. Throw to the backcourt. Caught. Save is made. Hard-fought point for the 3. Green at post 4 now, Garcia, and substituting for Oyenard is Gorka. Dug out. 2 walls. Winner, point 3. Black of post 5, Johan and Danel. Cortada, winner, .5. Yellow at post 6, Chanika and Del Pesh. .5. Brown at post 7, Vicente and Dargoitia. Inside placement. .8. Correction, that's .7. Completing round 1 in the purple at post 8, Javier and a time. Too low. .2. Returning in post 1, Olran and Goyerdi. Point one. Returning in post 4, Garcia and Gorka. Point 4. Back in post 3, Ametz and Eki. Two more for the 4. Returning in post 6, Chanika and Del Pesh. Two-all winner, point 4. 6 points and possible game point for the 4. Receiving in post 7, Vicente and Argoitia. Double point in game to post 4. Place and show point 5, serving 1. Off the court, 5 places, 1 shows. Winning game 4 in post 4, Garcia and Gorka. Place to the 5, Johan and Danell. Show to the 1, Oleron and Oyerdi. The 4-5 Quinella, 40-20. 4-5 Exacta, 67-20. 4-5-1 Trifecta, good for $267. Coming up next is Game 5. Game 5 has 1 scratch. It's in post 4. Celaya is out. Chanika will play. Chanika playing post 4, Game 5.
Hey, YouTube fans, welcome back to the Benny and Dave show. Some things never change. It was Benny and Dave, and then it was Benny and Dave, and now it's Benny and Dave again. And Dave is busy right now, hacking away at the keyboard, putting in the results for you guys. You know, I don't know how people used to do it back in the 70s when they had to wait till the next day when the newspaper came around, around 8 or 9 in the morning, and they'd go outside and have their coffee and check the results from the previous day's performance. But now, look at this. They get it instantly. And I know for a fact that other facilities do not post their results until the performance is over. So I think everybody should feel a little extra special because of that. I'm looking at the chat, with 150 people, there's not much going on. It's nice and quiet today. I don't want to scare anybody because I think that sometimes when I either come up on the mic or I go into the chat, people stop chatting. But don't worry about it. I'm always on the chat. I'm always watching and checking it out. Having a little glitch there with the program. I jinxed it. I jinxed it. I said something about the results, and now the software is not.
You jinxed the YouTube chat, and now you jinxed the results.
Just save and exit.
Oops, not saving next.
And then just open it back up, and maybe you'll have a little bit of luck.
It's not putting it back there.
Huh.
I mean, I can populate it.
Okay. Well, anyways, anybody got any questions for me? I mean, I got some time to answer questions. I saw there was some chat about the red belts. Those are traditional fajas, and thank you, Pat, for jumping in there and answering. They got the little fringes on the thing. If you look, I think bullfighters years ago used to wear them as well. And that's it. I see that our good
Last
friend.
Last call for betting Game 5. Reminder of the change in post 4. Celaya out, Chanika in.
I see our good friend Larry Friedman, for lack of a better name, is in the chat. Why don't you say hi to your good friend Larry?
The Buddha's in the chat?
Yeah, the Buddha's in the house. He says, hello, Dave, Karen, Mitch. What does that mean? Is there a secret code there?
About 400 years ago, I was known for throwing high bounce caroms. That would, they were real slow. They would just bounce real high and, hopefully go real high on the screen and nobody could get them. And it became known as the Dave Karam Mitch.
Oh, I got you. All right. I was, I wasn't following. I didn't know.
A legendary shot thrown by very few, but for very good reason.
Yeah. Oh, someone's thanking me for taking time out of my busy schedule. Well, for those who don't know, the first week I was in the cage scoring games and just kind of babysitting the kindergartners out there. And then now I got somebody that is going to sit there for a couple of performances.
Oh, good.
So I could break away and do other things. And I just spent a couple of games out there in the audience saying hi to some old friends. I got a couple people here from New York and New Jersey. And they come out every year and support us and bet games, and so it's real nice to see them. And actually, it's the first time I was able to go out there. I saw some pelotaris from other facilities sitting out there, and we'll leave them nameless for the moment.
The nameless Pilotaris.
But, yeah, someone said to me a couple days ago that I had promised to say something about the Biscayne Cup. Dave, what do you know about the Biscayne Cup?
Absolutely nothing. This is a
you
good
weren't
opportunity
here.
for you to
You
tell
just
us
kind
all.
of resurfaced in the highlight world. So the Biscayne Cup is a tournament that we hold in February where 6 or 8 players come from the Basque Country, and we have a 1-week tournament here. And there are some things that are in development, and I can tell you that the games are going to be the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th, which I believe is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we're looking to extend that with more players and more dates. So let's all stay tuned while they all work it all out, and then I'll have a complete update hopefully in the next couple days.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Dave. Sorry you didn't get much time on the mic, but I'm
no
a
worries.
mic
I'm
hog.
sure they've heard plenty from me today already.
All right, kids. We'll see you later on in the performance. I'll come back up one last time and say goodbye.
All right, everybody. Here comes Game 5. This is Game 5, singles, spectacular 7 scoring, all points doubling after round 1. Serving in the red of post 1, Aron. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Labourdie. Here's the serve. The game is on. Which is easier anyway. We're going, oh, it sounds like Chef Boyardee. The point is on the board. Two scores the first point. White at post 3, Gorka. Point 3. Green at post 4, substituting for Salayat is Chanika. Point 3. Black at post 5, Uruchua. Underserved, 5 scores that point. Yellow at post 6, Johan. Six scores that point. Brown at post 7, Libois. Completing round one in the purple at post 8, Eki. Six scores that point. Now all points are double as post 1 returns Aron. Two more for the 6. 6 now with 5 points and possible game point, serving to the 2, Laborde. Two scores that double point, serving to the 4, Chanika. Point 2, serving to post 3, Gorka. Chula, point 3. Uruchua returns in post 5. Point 5, back in post 7, Libois. Point 7. Now post 8, Eki. Scooped up, 2-wall. Caught on the wood. Return to the backcourt. That's going to score, point 8. Now returning in post 1, Aron. Tejada. Winner. 2 points for the one. Now returning with possible game point in post 6, Johan. Double point in game to post 6. 2 is second, 3 is third. Winning game 5 in post 6, Johan. Second in post 2, Laborde. Third in post 3, Gorka. Prices for game 5. $2 Quinel, $31.40. $2 Exacta, $48. $2 try, 623, 412.20. $2 pick 3, 646, 374.20. Coming up, you guessed it, game 6. Game 6 has 2 scratches. In post 7, take out Celaya, put in Aron. Aron playing front court in post 7. In post 5, take out Oyenard, put in Laborde. Laborde, back court for post 5 in game 6. Last call for betting on Game 6. A reminder of the changes. In Post 5, take out Oyenard, put in Laborde. And in Post 7, take out Solaya, put in Aron. Game 6 double, spectacular 9 scoring. Serving in the red of Post 1, Vicente and the time. Receiving in the blue of Post 2, Javier and Danel. There's a serve, and the game is on. Point 1. White of Post 3, Garcia and Duruchua. Point one. Green of post 4, Amets and Goyerdi. Another point for the 1. Black at post 5, Chanika and Laborde. Another point for the 1. 1 now on serve to 6. Oleron and Kanpandegi. Two-all winner, point 6. Now the Brown of post 7. Substituting for Celaya is Aron in the backcourt, Delpesh. Inside placement, point 6. Completing round 1 with the purple of post 8, Tambor and Argoitia. Point 8. Double point round begins with the 2, Javier and Danel. Two more for the 8. Back in post 3, Garcia and Uruchua. Point 8. 8 with 5 points and possible game point. Serving to the 4, Amets and Oyerdi. Double point to the 4. 5 is back, Chinica and Laborde. Point 5. Back in post 1, Vicente and Batine. Check, point 1. Post 7, Aron and Del Pesh. On the outside, Cortada. Caught and returned. Point one, 8 points and possible game point for post one. They will serve to the 6, Oleron and Kanpandegi. Too high on the side wall, double point in game for post one. 8 is second, 4, 5, and 6 will square up for third and fourth position. It begins with post 4 serving to post 5. Point 5. 5 with possible show point, serving to the 6. Point and show to the 5. Now the point for fourth place, 4 serving 6. In and out of the basket. 6 is fourth. Winning game 6 in post 1, Vicente and Detine. Placed to the 8, Tambor and Arguitia. The show went to the 5, Chanica and Laborde. Fourth place to the 6, Oleron and Kanpandegi. $2 Quinella 1824.20, $2 Exacto 1857.60, Trifecta 185 357.40. The Superfecta for $1 1856, good for 509.20. Our next game, game 7, doubles, a 7-point game. One change to make there, it is in post 7. Take out Oyenard, put in a Tyne. Game 7, post 7, Oyenard out, a Tyne in. Last call for betting game 7. Reminder of the change in post 7. Leonard out. Matinee is playing. Game 7 doubles, spectacular 7 scoring. All points will double after round 1. Serving in the red of post 1, Aron and Argoitia. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Garcia and Eki. The serve. The game is on. Point 2. Light at post 3, Chanika and Kanpan Begi. Over serve, point 3. Green at post 4, Libois and Delpeche. Point 3. Black at post 5, Oleron and Oyerdi. Cortada winner for the 5. Now on the court in the yellow of post 6, Amets and Gorka. Six scores that point. Brown at post 7, Tombor, and substituting for Oyenard is a time. Another point for the 6. Completing round 1 in the purple at post 8, Johan and Laborde. Cortada winner, point 6. All points are double. We begin that double point round with post 1, Aron and Dargoitia. Double point to the 1. One serving two, Garcia and Eki. Two for the two. Post for Libois and Delpeche. Too high, 2 more points for the two. Two now with 5 points and possible game point. Serving to post three, Janika and Kanpandegi. Out of play, point in game, post two. 6 a second, point for show, one serving three. One shows. Winners of Game 7 in Post 2, Garcia and Eki. Placed to the 6, Amets and Gorka. Aron and Argortia were third in Post 1. The 2-6 Quinella, 54.80. 2-6 Exacta, $100.20. 261, $2 trifecta, $354.80. Up next, game 8, doubles, 7 points. 2 changes to make. Backcourt of post 6, Oyerdi playing for Oyenard. In post 7, Oleron playing for Celaya. Again, post 6, Oyerdi for Oyenard. Post 7, Oleron for Celaya. Game 8, a doubles match played to 7 points, spectacular 7 scoring. All points double after round 1. Serving in the red of post 1, Tombor and Laborg. Amets and Uruchua receiving in the blue of post 2. Game 8 is on. To the inside. There in time. Caught on the wood. Point for the 1. Light at post 3, Javier and Danell. Another point for the 1. Green at post 4, Aron and Gorka. Another point for the 1. Now the black at post 5, Garcia and Delpeche. Point one. Yellow at post 6, Libois and Oyerdi substituting for Oyenard. One more for the one. One now with 5 points, serving to post 7, Oleron and a Tyne. Oleron is a substitute for Celaya. Seven scores that point, stopping a run of 5 straight points for the one. Now we complete round one with Vicente and Kanpandegi in the purple at post 8. Cortado winner, point 8. We begin the double point round with post 2, Amets and Uruchua. Double point to the 2. Back at post 3, Javier and Danell. Point 2. Back in post 4, Aron and Gorka. Point 4. Back in post 5, Garcia and Delpeche. Two more for the 4. Post 6 now, Libois and Oyerdi. Point 6. Post 1, Tambor and Laborde return in post 1 with 5 points and possible game point. It is possible game point for the receiving team, Tambor and Laborde. Too low, point 6. Brings back Olerond and Atine in post 7. Two more for the 6, 6 points and possible game point, serving to the 8, Vicente and Campandeghi. Double point in game for post 6. 1 is second. Show point 2, serving 4. Four shows. Winning game 8 in post 6, Libois and the Oyerdi. Second place to the 1, Tambor and Laborde. The 4 was third, Aron and Gorka. $2 Quinella 1-6, 89.60. $2 Exacta 6-1, $87. Trifecta $2, 614, 210.80. Up next is our final game of the performance. Game 9 has a scratch in post 8. Take out Oyenard. Put in Libois. Libois playing for Oyenard in post 8 in today's final game.
All right, YouTube land, you are not going to believe this, but after that last game that you just watched, or before that last game that you watched, Dave, today's announcer, and myself, we did an awesome segment covering a lot of exciting topics, only to find out that I forgot to tell the guys downstairs to turn on our mic. So no fault of theirs, more my fault. I usually pop my head in there and go, hey, we're going on after this game. So we did touch on a couple of subjects, and while Dave puts in the results for you guys and shoots them up to the internet, I'll just cover a couple of the things that we went through. We talked about him actually first looking into the chat. He doesn't look at the chat. And I told him the reason I asked is because there's one of our customers in the chat that has a little pet peeve with the way he was saying Laborde's name. And I call him Laborde. It's actually Laborde, but he was saying Laborde, Labordois, and now it's all fixed. He's going to say Laborde, but we went over that, and the bottom line is he doesn't look at the chat while he's announcing. I mentioned it last year. And Dave Lamont says it all the time. Like, when you're up here announcing, you got a lot of stuff going on, and really no time to be peeking at the chat. But we also talked about a fan, and we talked about this with Dave, a fan that, and you had the greatest answer. So I'll go ahead and set it up, and you try to replicate what you said if you can even remember.
Yeah, no, I do.
There was a question in a segment that Dave and I did a couple of weeks ago where somebody asked if you've never played the game, are you entitled to an opinion? And I said that, in an arena of 30,000 seats, there are many different views.
30,000 different perspectives.
Of the show. So, yeah, and yours was great.
No, the analogy was, well, for one thing, everybody's entitled to an opinion. It's just a question of how much experience and knowledge is behind that opinion. And it's good if that you have an opinion that you're aware of, your limitations. My limitations, even as somebody who has played, I still don't know everything there is to know. But the example I was talking about is a ball coming to you real slowly down the sidewall, right? The guy just barely saved it. It's angling towards the slide wall slowly. You're approaching it. that is one of the toughest balls in high-lie to catch.
Absolutely.
And the perspective from the audience, it does not look it. It looks like, hey, that guy just dropped the easiest imaginable ball, and and naturally they're mad about it. But it's a very, very difficult ball to catch. You don't know that unless you've ever played the game.
Right.
And, also anything really near the box, what I call the box, the back wall, that little square.
Yeah.
Anything back in there is tough.
And it's scary back there.
You play backcourt for a while.
We used to say there's alligators in that corner.
Yeah. Mark Shapiro used to say, box, anytime you'd get back there. If you're jumping and the ball goes over your head, now you have that moment where you're just waiting to see where it's going to hit you. You know it's going to hit you.
Yeah.
You've jumped. You missed it. It's going to hit the back wall and hit you somewhere.
Yeah.
You just don't know where the pain is going to be.
Me being a front courter and moving to the back court, I avoided that corner at all costs. If I couldn't catch it in the air, I would just try to, save the chula.
Then I would say to you what Fernando Orbea used to say: if you are scared, get the dog.
Yeah. Well, I think the saying is, if you're scared, buy yourself a lion, or
right.
Something like that.
Well, that's what he used to say. Or beside the wall, it is not for show.
Yeah. So tell the folks a little bit, because they think that you're up here reading the chat while you're working. Are you even?
No. First of all, I didn't know where to find it. Actually, you just showed me now. And second of all, really, I haven't done this in a long time. So right now, I'm just trying to keep up with, because there's things I'm doing we didn't used to do.
Right.
You have to keep score. You have to record the score. You have to make the results. You have to make sure everything is correct. So really, I'm focused on just not screwing up more than anything else for right now.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm sure I appreciate it, as well as the fans out there that are hearing you for the first time. And I'm hoping that some of the people were not here for our first segment, which was after Game 4. So you can go back and listen to that. Dave, gave a little explanation of his history in the building and his history with the game. Very interesting. Sometimes people, I don't know, maybe want to think the worst and think I just picked somebody up off the street that had no idea what they were doing.
Well, honestly, there's not a whole lot of people who could actually do this, because you have to know the game, you have to know the scoring. I do have a little bit of public address background, not a ton. Certainly, I'm no Dave Lamont.
Well, nobody is.
No,
not even Dave Lamont is Dave Lamont.
Dave is Dave. There's probably not a single better highlight announcer in the history of the game. He goes back literally 35 years. He's the best, probably the best there ever was.
Right.
There could be previous eras, but certainly in my time.
So some of the comments here in the chat, somebody wants to know what Oriardi's story is and what why he gets along with everybody. He is a character. He is hot and cold. He's mad one second and he's hugging you the next. He's a great guy, and he gets along with all the players, whether he's your partner or he's your opponent. He's not an offensive guy. Another one, the chairman of the board. That's a good one. I like that very much. And someone's asking, how does Laborde pronounce his name? He pronounces it Laborde. And the funny thing is right before I came up to talk to you, I saw Laborde in the locker room, and I said, hey, I'm going up to talk to the announcer to fix him saying Laborde, and he's going to call you Laborde. And he goes, doesn't bother me at all.
Right.
I think it sounds great. So it bothers some people more than it bothers him. So
what's interesting is you sit here and you look at the players' names, and there's 22 of them. Dave and I went over it together, right? First thing we did was we went over the pronunciations, and it occurs to me you look at them, there are 3 possible pronunciations for every name, because you have French pronunciations, Spanish pronunciations, and Basque pronunciations. So when you see that X, you know what that is. But it could be very different depending upon which country of origin it is.
That is correct. All right. Well,
Vicente,
I think that everybody here. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I think that everybody here is getting thirsty, and we want to finish Game 9 so we can go have our favorite beverage.
All right, guys, let's go play Game 9. Thank you all very much for listening. We really, really do appreciate it. We all love this game, and we are so glad that you do too. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better. And don't be scared. Big Dave Lamont will be back on Tuesday, and I'll join him and say hello to you guys. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
This is game 9 doubles. It's rather singles, spectacular 9 scoring. Serving in the red of post 1, Kan Pan Degi. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Vicente. The serve, and game 9 is underway. That's an overserve, point 2. White of post 3, Vicente Del Pesh. Overserve, point 3. Green at post 4, Tumbor. Point 4. Black at post 5, a time. Chula, point 5. Yellow at post 6, Garcia. Point 6. Brown at post 7, Amets. Six scores another. Completing round 1 in the purple of post 8, substituting for Oyenard is Libois. Point 8. We begin the double point round with Kanpan Degi in post 1. 2 points for the one. One serving two, Vicente. Service out of play, point two. Post three, Del Pesh. Point two. Two now with 5 points, serving the four, Tombor. Well done. 2-all Rebote, 2 more points for the two. Vicente now with 7 points in possible game point in post two. He's going to serve to the 5, a tie. Big Rebote winner, double point in game to post two. First 6 and 1 will play off for place and show. Garcia in post 6, serving to Compondegi in post 1. Place and show point. Six places, 1 shows. Now we have 4 players pairing off for the 4th position. 8 will serve 3, 4 will then serve 5. The winners will meet to decide the 4th position. Point 3. 4 serving 5. Ace, point 4. All right, 4th place point, 3 serving 4. Four is 4th. Winning our 9th game in post 2, Vicente. 2nd in the 6th, Garcia. 3rd in post 1, Compondegi. 4th place to the 4, Tombor. Your daily double 6-2, $144. Pick 4. Pick 3, rather, 262, $564. Two-six Quinella, 5120. Two-six Quinella, 1840. Two-six Exacta, 5120. $2 trifecta, 261, 246.20, and the $1 superfecta, 2614, 311.50. We would like to thank all of you for attending Dania Highlight today. Our next performance, we are dark tomorrow. Our next performance will be on Tuesday. Matinee, Tuesday matinee, 1 p.m. In fact, it's a double on Tuesday, 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. We hope that you will join us for that. And again, thank you so much for joining us to watch this beautiful game of Highlight. And also, do not forget, if you're looking for some Highlight merch, get back by the back wall. We have Champions Corner. You can get Highlight t-shirts and hoodies, the perfect gift for the Highlight fan on your shopping list. As always, this broadcast is brought to you by Better Care of Broward Medical Center. They speak English, Spanish, and French. They accept all insurance and welcome walk-ins. Visit their primary and family practice at 599 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Better Care of Broward, your local choice for all your medical needs. Today's uniforms are proudly sponsored by IGT and Devori, together built to win. Champions Corner sponsor is Dolphin Jewelers. The holidays are here. Treat yourself or someone special with jewelry from Dolphin Jewelers. It's right down the street at 52 North Federal Highway in Dania Beach. They buy, sell, repair, and trade all types of jewelry, even custom designs. Mention Highlight for an extra special discount at Dolphin Jewelers. Our media coverage is powered by TPI, driven to connect. And for all our Connecticut fans, place your Highlight wagers at mywinners.com. The #1 betting outlet in the state of Connecticut. mywinners.com, where Connecticut bets on Highlight. Once again, thank you for being here, and we will see you for a Tuesday double, 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock. See you then.